Hi, I'm Kumar Bhaskaran, part of the IBM Cloud Infrastructure Business Unit, and would love to welcome Shalabh Singhal. He's the CEO and founder of Trademo, and Trademo and IBM are working together in connected trade, and it's a delight, Shalabh, to talk about connected trade, the industry, and what you're doing in the industry.
Thanks, Kumar, for having me. I think we are very excited about our partnership with IBM Connected Trade and IBM Cloud for financial services.
So, we know that there are a lot of forces that are reshaping
Right.
Digitally the whole connected trade and supply chain business.
Right.
There are the macroeconomic factors, there are regulations, there are a number of geopolitical dynamics.
Right.
So it'd be good to hear your perspective on what's happening in the industry.
I think this is my perspective that we have crossed that inflection point when it comes to global supply chain and global trade, where the pace of change and disruption has increased multifolds, and disruptions have become much more common, right? So you should definitely expect a disruption coming in any time, and the stakeholders today are overwhelmed with the pace of the change, not only because of the new compliance regulations, but also because of unforeseen events. Like obviously COVID is the big example, but now we are seeing so much in geopolitics, and that is putting a lot of pressure on the global supply chains. The priorities are shifting towards nearshoring, friendshoring, and that requires foremost a lot of visibility for each stakeholders into global supply chain, and a lot of processes where trade generates a lot of data, but that sits in silos. That needs to be really bound together and seamlessly flow from one stakeholder from one particular process to another process. So yeah, I think this industry and the market is currently ripe right now for imagining something like a seamless flow of information on a connected trade platform, and we really kind of believe in the vision which IBM has set up, and I think this is similar to what Trademo started with.
Yeah, and what are some of the biggest challenges you're seeing in the industry?
I think the biggest challenge I see right now is dealing with compliance. Whether it's a trade finance institutions or it's the actual buyers or suppliers in the ecosystem, or other stakeholders who are kind of facilitating them, whether logistics, right? They all are dealing with unprecedented compliance issues, right? So think about ESG concerns like forced labor, think about deforestation, think about how the sanctions compliance is changing across different regulations, right? All of this needs to be standardized, and all of this needs to be simplified for different stakeholders so that they can really work together without disrupting the supply chains.
Yeah. And do you see also the velocity of decision making changing in the industry? Are these decisions being made now faster, or is the expectation of response is faster from stakeholders?
Definitely, because the way compliance and regulatory requirements are changing, the traditional ways of doing things with a lot of manual intervention are not scalable anymore, and obviously they are prone to errors, they are prone to cybersecurity issues, and industry really needs to digitize these processes. And that's where I think a lot of role of technology and AI comes in.
So could you speak a little bit about what Trademo is about, and how does Trademo go about addressing some of these big challenges you mentioned?
So Trademo really started in the middle of the pandemic, and when there was a lot of chaos in global supply chains, and our vision was to build a single source of truth on global supply chain which can serve different stakeholders, right? Whether it's a trade finance insurance institution or it's a buyer, supplier, logistics players. So Trademo has built a global supply chain knowledge graph where it pulls in a lot of public data from thousands of global sources, and built a multi-tiered supply chain network of a living global supply chain map. And this basically integrates with different institutions, organizations, and their own data, so that they can automate and get visibility on different stakeholders, and really powers up the decision making on the intelligence, on the compliance, or the risk management side of the things, right?
So do you discover these relationships from the data, or you can sort of model in the complex relationships of the supply chain, or both?
Both, actually, right? So basically, when we bring together data from very disparate sources, which has never been brought together on a common platform, this really gives businesses, organizations visibility which they have never been before, and then empowers them to have that visibility for the compliance or risk management issues. A lot of compliance challenges which businesses are dealing with today, they expect them to have visibility which was never available to them, right? So think of one of the large corporate needs to understand that who is sitting in their tier 5 upstream supply chain and whether they are engaged in any kind of forced labor activity. Now, it's not just the buyer, but their immediate tier 1 supplier and the trade finance institutions and the logistics company all are part of this. Similarly, when I'm looking at my downstream supply chains, I need to understand about different kind of export controls which are applicable in today's world. So Trademo is empowering on day one to bring in that visibility by leveraging data from different authoritative sources, but at the same time helping them with all these compliance challenges on the go. Yeah.
And what value does IBM bring into the connected trade vision and objectives that you have from Trademo?
So I think I see very strong alignment in the IBM's connected trade vision and what Trademo is doing. IBM is kind of really building the overall infrastructure layer, kind of a plug-and-play framework for any bank or a corporate to digitize their trade, and also bringing different kind of fintech enablers to do this and help in the compliance side of the things. Yeah.
So we're delighted to have Trademo on our platform, and as you know, IBM also operates its own supply chain, and learns from those experiences,
right,
and that's infused into the connected trade platform as well.
Right.
So I look forward to the collaboration with Trademo.
No, we are really excited about this partnership, Kumar. Thank you.
Thank you very much.